In the spring of 1984, Minnesota Representative and House Majority Whip Tom Emmer was wrapping up his senior year at the University of Alaska and hitting the ice for his final hockey season. After playing on the team for 3 years, Emmer scored 5 goals and racked up 25 assists.
I remember the last day in my college locker room thinking, this is over.
Yes.
This is done.
It's really hard because you've been doing it since you're 3.
It's been my life.
Yeah.
And, I wonder what's going to be next. But being a player on a team, that only teaches you one part. I spent 20 years coaching young people, 11 and 12-year-olds. It was the greatest experience I ever had.
Since earning his undergrad degree, Emmer dedicated decades to Minnesota's youth hockey, coaching in stints from 1984 until today, a job a few other political powerhouses have held over the years. George H.W. Bush coached Little League Baseball before he was president. Minnesota Governor Tim Walz was known as Coach Walz long before he ran for vice president.
For nearly 20 years, I had the privilege of teaching high school social studies and coaching football.
And in his spare time, Secretary of State Marco Rubio used to coach Pee Wee football.
Some of them see me on TV, but they just know me as the guy who's trying to help coach DBs out here.
And when it comes to coaching football, don't forget legendary Auburn University coach Tommy Tuberville, who Alabama sent to the U.S. Senate in 2020.
Even after being a football coach my entire career, working day and night running for the Senate was still the hardest thing I've ever done.
Do you think of yourself as coach, manager? How do you envision your role?
For me, I've said the Whip's job is the greatest coaching job I've ever been given in my whole life. And I think the biggest lesson that is transferred into this job is just being respectful but brutally honest. Where other people may be too sensitive to tell them the truth, I think you get a bigger problem. What you do in teams, if you don't address the problem when it occurs, it's going to grow and grow and grow, and the results are going to be catastrophic.
Have you used, whether it's hockey or anything else, to try to bring your team, your Republican members, together?
Yeah. And the Whip's job is to, as people say, herd all the cats.
It's I think the hardest job in leadership.
I tell people, I wish they were all cats. We're herding a variety of exotic animals today. But everything you learned about being a Whip, you can learn in a locker room.
All right, explain.
When you put the same jersey on a group of people, they're not a team just because they're all wearing the same jersey.
Correct.
You got to get out on the field or the rink. You got to run into each other. You got to have leadership that gives you a strategy as to how you're going to achieve your goal. And it takes some practice. It takes some work. And I say it all the time. I don't care if you like each other or not. I don't care if when you leave this building, you want nothing to do with each other. But when we're here, we are going to be a team and we are going to succeed at what we're doing. So I think that and then raising 7 kids, those two things, because there's a lot of similarities, those two things have helped a lot.